Good morning and welcome back to the Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016. Here are your hosts. My name's Panda.
And I'm Bob Noxious.
Well, we have already seen 2 games today. Track 2 is just about finishing up, and it looks like Team Spain are going to be taking the win on that. Team Netherlands with 151 and just 26 seconds left on the clock. 175 to Spain. So let's see how that plays out. So the last game that we had on track 1. What a close game it was all the way through to the last few jumps.
Yeah, it was great. I came in this morning, got to work that first game. We talked about a game that went right down to the wire. Lots of lead changes. Both Japan and Chile really playing up to each other's level of competition. And in the end, the assemblies, some time management decisions that weren't made correctly for Chile that took them out of the opportunity to make a last jam run, but gonna finish close, and we knew it was gonna one way or the other.
Yeah, so it was only a 14-point game. Chile with 160, so a good score on the board anyway. Japan leading with 174. And those guys have just been super ecstatic since their big win yesterday as well.
Yeah.
I guess Team Chile were really gutted. You could really see it on them. They're both so passionate, these teams that we had. And over on track 2, we have the unofficial final, 162 to Team Netherlands, 178 to Team Spain. So again, it's a 16-point differential, and that has been called final. So final score, Team Spain going to be taking the win there. And that's on 19th and 17th place decided. Okay, so we're going to hand over to our track real soon. So we'll quickly have a rundown of what's coming up next. So on track 1, Ireland versus Germany. Over on track 2, the next game will be Puerto Rico, Italy, and then Sweden, Belgium. Over on track 2 at 1:15, this is Mountain Time. 1 o'clock on track 1 is Scotland versus Mexico before we go into our championship games later on today. Use the hashtag MRDWC on Twitter to get in touch with us and check out all of the details online, mrdwc.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Nerd Tracks. Thank you, Panda and Bob Noxious, for that update. Here we are going to have our all-important, of course, 13th place game, between Ireland and Germany. It's been a busy couple days. I am the Derby Nerd here with Piggy Fatness, and we will be joined by Snoogans momentarily. What a day of Derby it's been, what a weekend. And it's all coming to a close here at the 2016's Men's Roller Derby World Cup. As I mentioned, we've got a showdown coming up between Germany and Ireland. And we are going to throw down to the track just briefly to get some of our final anthems on the weekend. This is the final game of the weekend for Germany, Ireland, playing for 13th place. And we'll send it now down to the floor for the anthems.
Check. Hello. Welcome to Germany versus Ireland. So this is a little bit more of a serious matter. As many of you have probably heard, there was a pretty terrible tragedy in Munich on Friday, and we would like to have a moment of silence out of solidarity for our friends in Germany. So, meine Damen und Herren, wie wir alle wissen, etwas Furchtbares geschehen in München. Und aus Solidarität, wir möchten 1 Minute Ruhe für die machen. Thank you.
All right, and now, ladies and gentlemen, the German national anthem. Thank you all very much. Our hearts do go out to our friends in Germany. We appreciate you sharing that moment with us. And now for Team Ireland. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we appreciate you being here with us this morning. We are excited to bring to you here on the last day of 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup, Team Ireland versus Team Germany. I am Devil's Reject. I am joined here by my friend Sven. Sven, what are we going to see this morning?
So we're going to see two teams that have been fighting very
Welcome back, everyone. Germany, England, thank you for sharing with us that moment of silence to honor our friends in Munich. Ireland comes in having finished 10th at the first Men's Roller Derby World Cup, and Germany finished 11th, so neither will be able to equal that total this time around, but both here fighting for 13th place. Ireland got here by defeating Puerto Rico 230 to 95. Meanwhile, Germany took down Italy 202 to 154 to set up this 13th place game. Once again, I'm the Derby Nerd here, joined by Snoogans.
Hello.
And this game is now underway. Oh,
Not quite.
No. Everyone, including the teams, got faked out on that one. Everyone obviously highly anticipating this final game of the weekend. And we've got two of the team's primary offensive skaters on the Nerd Roller Skate start line. Charlie Scraplin for Germany against Lieutenant Dam in the green for Ireland.
And now we are off.
For reals this time.
Totes. Lieutenant Dan making his way out of that pack, picking up lead jammer status. But Charlie Scraplin has picked himself up a cut track penalty, which means we're going to have this first jam on a Roller Derby Athletics sponsored power jam in favor of Ireland.
Yes, so this is a big opportunity here for Ireland. They did finish just ahead of Germany at the last Roller Derby World Cup, but this is the first time that these two nations have faced off against each other. Lieutenant Dam already through for a scoring pass, 5 points now on the board for Ireland. Pack has slowed up just in front of the Nerd roller skate start line. 2 Irish blockers are in the penalty box, so they're a little short-handed on this power jam, but a nice little sweep separates the German defense, and Lieutenant Dam does the rest at turn 2, another 5-point pass.
Lieutenant Dam, of course, being a very successful and effective jammer for his home league, Manchester Roller Derby's New World Order, and another blocker from Germany heading to the box means things just got a little bit easier for Dam. But we do have another Irish blocker heading to the box. I do believe that was a clockwise block.
Or out of play block maybe for Keegan. Wow, penalties racking up early on here and swiftly for the Irish, but nonetheless they come out on top of that jam, 14-0. So a big opening jam for Lieutenant Dam.
That first jam there brought to you by Nerd Skates. Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated roller skate shop with everything you need for derby, rink or park. Visit them online at nerdskates.com, offering free shipping in Canadian orders over 150 Canadian dollars. Nerd Roller Skates for people who roll.
And speaking of Nerd Roller Skates, on the Nerd Roller Skates start line, it is Noblet for Ireland and East Cider, for Germany. And Germany now still looking for their first lead jammer status here. Forearm penalty being issued to the Irish pivot. Ireland's going to have to stop this parade to the penalty box, or else this lead will very quickly diminish. Lead jammer status has gone to East Cider. So the Germans with an opportunity now to get on the board.
German defense, I was about to say very effectively holding, as I got a clarification just yesterday, it is Noblet.
Noblet.
Noblet,
okay.
Yeah, he has picked up a forearms penalty though, so we've now got power jam in favor of Germany. So like you've said, Nerd, a real opportunity for Germany to try and level things up or exchange the lead.
A nice shoulder check there ends that jam. However, all 5 points were put on the board. So yeah, Germany punching back hard with a 10-0 jam of their own, 14-10, 3 minutes in. So apologies to Noblet, who began the weekend as Noblet.
Indeed.
Became Noblet and is now Noblet.
Noblet.
You know, we all grow during these experiences.
Absolutely.
And go through change. All right, on the Nerd Roller Skate start line, it's Mahatma Bronson for Germany. It is a power start opportunity here for the Germans so they can continue that run that they so effectively created in that last jam.
Bronson hugging that inside line on his toe, stops getting past the Irish defense to pick up the second lead jam for Germany.
Second in a row now, 2 for 3. You can see the Irish defense setting up a braced tripod at turn number 2, forcing the jammer to the outside. That allows the German blockers to sweep in and open up that lane. And Noblet, I think, thought they'd exited the jammer. They had not, and he popped back, creating some space.
Huge, huge hit there from 100 McLaughlin, going to clear that pack. And we'll have another switch up. Back block being called on Mahatma Bronson. So we're going to have now another power jam. That's 4 power jams in 3 jams.
Yes.
We saw a lot of this yesterday when we worked together as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's us.
Well, and these two teams coming together, they're so evenly matched. It's going to take a little while for them to get a sense of each other. And until then, we have a little bit of chaos on the track to open things off. Noblet uses that chaos to get through. Coming around now, looking to score. Got all 4 German defenders, but a nice sweep from the Irish. Germany able to stay just ahead of that play.
It's a nice 3-wall there that Germany have got up front, managing to shut down Noblet. They're really controlling the whole of the track. Some nice controlling there from the backwards blocker from the front.
Another German blocker heading to the penalty box, so the penalty parade is continuing here. There has been lots of space on the track in the first 5 minutes of this showdown. Nice skating to stay in bounds. You had a perfect view of it on your screen. Bronson through for 4.
Of course, with all those penalties, this is a full 2-minute jam, so a couple of seconds left for our jammers to try and hit that pack and grab a couple more.
Tie game right now. Let's see if Bronson can put some more points on the board before the jam ends. He does. 3-2 for Ireland, though, so Ireland's going to take a 1-point lead as we take a look at the replay. And this is Bronson with that nice footwork just to stay in bounds. His wheel was as close to going over that line as you can possibly get without doing so. Abnorman now with an opportunity with the star on the nerd roller skate start line, and he is facing once again Charlie Scraplin for Germany.
Both been quite successful jammers. Abnorman coming out, picking up lead. One of the jammers that did manage to pick up some points over USA.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, both of these jammers have been working hard all weekend. Abnorman still trying, or Charlie Scraplin through, as Abnorman is still trying to pick up the complete pass. And he will not do so with just 2 points on the board. Nonetheless, Ireland extending their lead to 3 now, just over 6 minutes in.
Just like we saw multiple lead changes in the last game between Japan and Chile, I think we're going to see the same thing here with Ireland and Germany.
Yeah, if all plays out correctly, these should be the closest games of the tournament. As you've mentioned, we just saw Japan pick up their 2nd consecutive victory to finish in 17th place, an improvement over last place that they had finished in 2004. And we've also seen Spain pick up their first win of the tournament for the 19th place finish.
Meanwhile, Lieutenant Dam along that inside line, very delicate footwork, picks up lead jammer.
David Noak is jamming for Germany now, number 23 in the black, as you can see on the top of your screen, popping through with a little bit of burst of speed.
2 Irish blockers heading to the penalty box, meaning if Noak can make his way to the pack, things will be ever so slightly easier, but Lieutenant Dam is going to shut him down.
No, he didn't.
I stand corrected. Lieutenant Dam getting the full 5, Noak managing to bag 3 points on that pass.
Just getting his hips ahead of the call-off on that one. And again, the penalties from these packs left them depleted. Only 2 each on the track right now. Actually, excuse me, 1 for Ireland on the track. It's Gately all alone out there against 2 German blockers. Noblet and East Sider are your jammers. And Noblet is your lead jammer, avoiding the hit from Baltic Bastard.
And that's going to be a forearms penalty assessed to the German blocker, number 69, East Sider. So we're going to see yet another roller derby athletic power jam, this one in favor of Ireland, seeing if they can stretch that 5-point lead that they're currently sitting with.
I have lost track of the number of power jams we've had. It's only 8 minutes into this game.
As have I.
I guess it's a long tournament too. These teams have played a ton of games, put a lot of minutes onto that track. And that could be affecting things as well. 5 points in the first pass. Dam around already for another pass. Oh, excuse me, East Sider. Or is it Noblet?
It's Noblet.
It's Noblet, thanks.
Number 10.
I'm still waking up here, Snoogans, apparently.
It's all right, East Sider, as you've just seen him swing past the screen across turn 4, turn 3, out of that penalty box, hitting that Irish defense wall very hard indeed.
Noblet does get through. Yet another penalty to Heron. It's a multiplayer block this time. Now East Sider is heading to the penalty box.
It's going to be another forearms penalty by the looks of things. Cutting, my mistake. There's hand signals at an angle from the refs.
So the roller derby athletics power jam continues here, and it's already been another big jam for Lieutenant Dam at 14 in the opener. He's got 10 on this jam so far. Direction of gameplay now is sending Gately to the penalty box.
Gately, of course, the sole blocker on track as we started this jam.
And this jam going again. Looks like it's going to be another full 2-minute jam. It's going to tire these teams out before this 15th place game is over. And a cutting penalty now to the German pivot at the end of that jam will ensure that Germany does not have a full pack to start off this next jam as well. That is Baltic Bastard once again with another penalty.
Just been asked if I can do a quick shout out on behalf of Team Ireland. They wanted to send a bit of love back home to Owen. He was part of the team. He's not been able to make it over here. He's done loads to help them with their training this year, and they just want to say a massive thank you, Owen, and to everybody watching at home who's supporting. Much love from the Irish.
All right. Thank you. And Abnorman is going to try and get lead jammer. This one's for you, Owen. If he can pull it off, he's got 1 to beat now at turn number 2, and he does. Lead jammer status for Ireland.
Meanwhile, number 69, East Sider, back on track, taken off just on turn 1, set back past that pivot line. 2 blockers to contend with right now, but there is another one right up at the front of the pack. McGrath with a shoulder check, just kind of rotating him around that line.
Ireland doing a really nice job of staying in front of that offense, keeping East Sider at the back of the track. East Sider now has pulled off the star, and he has made a successful pass, and that will free the jammer on His initial pass now complete. It's Baltic Bastard.
Yep, that right there is a star pass. Baltic so close to making that pack, but getting shut down again. Ireland really good with the shutting down of the German jammers so far.
Roller derby elite, level up. Baltic Bastard was, speaking of leveling up, he was ready for that star pass. He was coming out of the penalty box, and he sprinted right at East Sider, I think, knowing that that star was going to be in his hand. So that allowed him to keep that momentum going through turn 3 and get through on that initial pass.
Next up to jam, we have number 10, Charlie Scraplin for Germany, and that's 042, Lieutenant Dam for Ireland. Lieutenant Dam, of course, your captain for Ireland Men's Roller Derby this year. Also, hi, Mama Dam. She's watching at home. Doesn't really do derby, but she figured she'd have a look now with her son being at this level.
Yeah, you know, it's the World Cup and all.
Absolutely. Nice little apex jump from Charlie Scraplin on turn 2. Sees him making his initial pass.
Another penalty to yet another blocker. McLaughlin now heading to the box for Ireland. Looks like he's going to be followed by a German blocker as well with another play penalty.
Let's take another look at that.
It's Eichenreich heading to the box. There'll be one each in the box. And here is the start of that last jam.
Dam with the fake out to the outside. The whole pack shifting to that outside line, leaving space for him on the inside. A
nice sweep from Roche there. His pivot almost looked like a set play right off the start line. Noblet now on the line, number 10 in the green for Ireland, facing off against number 3 in the black, Bronson once again for Germany. And it's another lead jammer status for Ireland, building a bit of a lead here. Haven't seen any points on the board for Germany now in 3 jams and only 1 in the last 4.
Noblet taking a hit on the outside, picks up 2 points as he calls the jam. Bronson still just about 5-10 feet away from the back of the pack, not able to make an impact on points again.
17 minutes to go here in the opening period. Of course, if you're just, for some reason, just tuning in here on Championship Sunday, we are into full-length MRDA games. So this is just the first half. First 2 days, of course. The group stage games are all 30-minute games. Abnorman on the Nerd Roller Skates starting line for Ireland. And he is up against David Noak, once again for Germany. Noak through first, now squaring off against a braced trio of Ireland blockers. There's a similar braced trio at the back for Germany. Penalty now to Roche, opens up some track for Noak, but it was closed down very quickly, and he's forced to reset. No lead jammer status yet given out. Oh, or there was, yes. So he had been given lead jammer status despite not getting through the pack. He had completed his initial pass.
Yeah, he must have passed all of those hips.
Lieutenant Dam, once again, very quickly back up onto the Nerd Roller Skates start line up against Charlie Scraplin, number 10 for Germany.
Scraplin had a pretty impressive weekend so far here. Originally hailing from Suffolk Roller Derby in the UK, recently moved and transferred to Southern Discomfort Roller Derby, who have got a pretty impressive showing across the tournament actually this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell that he is, in honor of that career, he is wearing shorts with both the Union Jack and the German flag on them.
Fun fact for you, those shorts actually made by his sister, they are flags.
They are actually flags.
They're actually flags. That's my fun Charlie Scraplin fact.
Also very cool, too, for these hot summer days here in Calgary.
Yeah, I think he's probably got a bit of an advantage over a lot of skaters this weekend.
Absolutely.
So, Scraplin has made his initial on what will now be a full 2-minute jam and a power jam at that. Lieutenant Dam incurring a cut track penalty on turn 2. Those German blockers not going to make things easy for Scraplin though. Big hit, sees him take a tumble along the straightaway, but it was a clean tumble, so to speak. But he'll get that no pass, no penalty, 3 points for that pass.
McGrath heading to the penalty box, so another Irish blocker. Their pivot now in the box, so there's only 3 on the track now for this power jam opportunity for Germany. They've got all 4 of their blockers, and a nice offensive sweep there. Attempted a last-minute hit. Couldn't quite slow Charlie Scraplin down, and Keegan's going to head to the box with an out-of-play block. So Scraplin putting points on the board now for Germany, narrowing that gap as we passed the midway mark of this opening half. And a nice move to the outside by Scraplin once again just 2 to beat, gets all 5.
Dam back on track again. That razor thin line on the inside, running up along it toe stopped to pick up his initial pass in this jam.
This is a huge pushback jam for Germany. Coming into this, over the first 10 jams, Ireland had a 70% lead percentage, which accounted for that big gap. But Charlie Scraplin here single-handedly, with considerable help from his blockers, bringing Germany back into this game.
That jam, as we said, reaching its natural conclusion. Both jammers putting 4 points on the pass on that last time around.
Good hustle from Lieutenant Dam coming out of the penalty box. Caught the German blockers unawares, able to steal 4 at the very, very end of that jam.
Of all the things that could be said this weekend, it's definitely Dam has good hustle.
Yes, absolutely. Noblet on the line, Baltic Bastard, number 308, as you can see in the black for Germany.
Noblet and Baltic going for inside and outside lines respectively. Noblet successful on the inside, picking up lead jammer. However, Baltic throwing a massive shoulder to Ravenbuster, blocking on this one.
Yeah, we've seen Ravenbuster with the star a lot this weekend, so look for that perhaps late in this game. He's more than capable. Nice outside pass there for Noblet. Did pick up 3. There was a no pass, no point on that scoring pass. And calls it off at just the last minute. And did so just in time. No points on the board for Germany on that one.
And we'll take a quick look. Yeah, that opening to the jam. Sees Noblet running along that inside, and that huge hit that we mentioned.
Ravenbuster, though, recovering quickly and then resetting on the defense at turn 2. That's what happened, you know, good clean hits.
Yeah.
You should be able to recover quickly, and we saw it there. Abnorman on the line, squaring off against Bronson. Bronson on the inside, Abnorman goes straight through the middle of that German defense. And Bronson now swinging from out, back in. Exited briefly by McGrath, but a nice quick re-entry for the German jammer, but it's 1 to beat up at the front for Ireland, and Ireland picks up yet another lead jammer status to Abnorman.
2 blockers heading to the penalty box for Team Germany. Number 12, Michael Broido, and that was number 981, I do believe, Rudy Cartel. So this next jam is going to start with a pack advantage to Team Ireland. 3 blockers plays 2. Number 4, Goivert still standing in the penalty box from the previous jam.
All right, so Noak, jammer of note for Germany. Lieutenant Dam in the green for Ireland. A lot of track for them to work with here. 3-2 in the pack, as you just mentioned. Ireland now jockeying for the back position. Lieutenant Dam looking to set the defense before he attacks that German 2-wall. Goivert's now back on the track, so all 4 Irish blockers there, and that allows Lieutenant Dam to get through, pick up lead jammer status. Great start to this game for Lieutenant Dam. Oh, and a nice easy pass on the outside. Some of these scoring passes have been hard to come by, so he'll take those easy passes.
Most definitely. Something there about gift horses and looking at them. And another reasonably quick pass for Dam. Drops the shoulder on the outside.
He's getting some nice work there from Ravenbuster. And often when you see those jammers or skaters like Ravenbuster who double threats, their offense is usually so on point because they know, or they sort of instinctively know what that jammer needs. Oh, and a high block, though, is going to end this impressive run from Lieutenant Dam and send him to the penalty box. So a roller derby athletics power jam for Germany. David Noak, though, does have the star off and in hand.
And that's Goivert heading back to the penalty box for a forearms penalty, and he will be followed by Roche. Didn't see what the hand signal was, but the main thing here is there's only 2 Irish blockers in the box, and Germany have a power jam.
That's right, Germany still within reach with 10 minutes to go here, but the gap is ever widening, so they're going to want to take advantage of this. Unable to do so on the first attempt to get through and score. Nice defense from Gately, but this time is successful. 5 points on the board for Germany. Dam coming out of the penalty box, looks to engage with the jammer, does knock him out of bounds and drags him back, but Dam going to the penalty box on a forearm penalty.
Number 11 for Germany, that's going to be Markus Gunther, doing a beautiful sweep across the inside, clearing those Irish blockers out of the way to make plenty of space.
Reuter, though, picking up an out-of-play block penalty, so it's going to send him to the penalty box. He will be the lone blocker in the box, sitting next to Lieutenant Dam in there. It's going to be a roller derby athletics power start for Germany, and Baltic Bastard will get the opportunity with the star, talking over things with his pivot, as there is all 4 Irish defenders on the track.
And we've got the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup is sanctioned and insured by Roller Sports Canada, providing insurance and support for all Canadian roller sports. Visit us at rollersports.ca or on Facebook at RSC Roller Derby.
Baltic Bastard able to power through that Irish defense on his own. He spread them out over the first apex and won that one-on-one battle at the end, and now quickly around to score and powers through the block again for all 5 points. A grand slam for Germany. And this could be the beginning of the pushback. Suddenly this gap is narrowing, and another 5-point pass. So 2 quick passes, a 10-0 jam. And they're within 20 points now. It seemed like just 2 minutes ago. Actually, it was just 2 minutes ago when they were down by 40.
Baltic Bastard having an incredible jam. However, Lieutenant Dan back on track, unseen by pretty much everyone as he made his way along the outside.
Sneaky good coming out of that penalty box and getting through that pack unaware. Sitting on 3 penalties, though, so that's something we're going to have to watch here as this game goes on. Lieutenant Dam, of course, a critical piece of this Ireland offense.
And it looks like we're going to go to an official review called by Team Ireland.
First official review of this game, and it's brought to you by Quad Skate Shop. And yeah, Quad Skate Shop, of course, huge sponsors for this tournament, sponsoring our timeouts, our official reviews, also sponsoring our tournament MVPs, of course, which will be announced later on today. And you can see Davey Darko is the head referee here on the Nerd Skates track, conversing with the Irish bench. Davey Darko skating in northern New York. And we will wait to get an update from him. And while we have a moment here, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors. We've been trying to send them as much love as we can all weekend, and we've only got 1 day left to do so, so we're going to try and fit as many in here as we can right after Davey Darko gives us a bit of an update.
This is Green's official review. They're contesting the lack of a back block call from the black jammer against a green blocker in turn 1.
So there you have it. Thank you very much, Davey Darko.
Yeah, he will now join his crew, and they will discuss, see if anybody had a different angle, and they'll come back to us with a decision in just a couple of moments.
So we want to thank one of our big sponsors here in the weekend. They've sponsored a whole track, track number 2, and of course they've sponsored our studio bits, which have been excellent all weekend. So a big thanks to Sisu Mouthguards. If you've not yet discovered the awesomeness that is Sisu, you should invest in one. They are ultra thin, they're super strong, they allow you to talk, to breathe, and to drink. And as they like to remind you, they look great in photos. So big thanks to Sisu Mouthguards. And they, of course, make mouthguards for many other sports as well. But they've been big sponsors and supporters of roller derby since they've been in business. So big thanks to Sisu. So again, just want to remind you of some of the things we've already seen today. Today, full day of placement games. And we've already seen Spain, the great victory over Netherlands over on that Sisu track to pick up a 19th place. That was their first victory of the weekend. Netherlands, unfortunately, going winless here at the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup. And Japan, the sweethearts of the tournament, came up against a tough Chile team in the 17th place game, and Japan picked up their 2nd straight tournament victory on the way to the 17th place finish. So we know right now that Japan 17th, Chile 18th, Spain 19th, and Netherlands 20th. And here is Davey Darko once again with the results of the official review.
It has been determined that the contact from the black jammer was in the legal target zone of the green blocker. Thus, there will not be a back block penalty issued. They do not retain their official review.
So with 7:40 left, Ireland loses their official review.
So that does mean, of course, we're going to start this next jam with both jammers on our Nerd Skate Shop jammer line. That's going to be number 10, 10v10, Noblet and Charlie Scraplin.
And the penalty box is almost empty. We have one blocker, East Sider, now standing for Germany. And then we will have 5-on-5 roller derby, which has been a rarity so far in this match. And up at the front of the pack coming through is Charlie Scraplin with the lead jammer status for Germany. So Germany continuing their pushback here.
Yeah, Noblet had been held for around about 22 seconds by the German defense.
And nope. Oh, well, there was...
Scraplin has been assessed a cut track penalty, meaning Noblet is now in Power Jam territory, roller derby athletic Power Jam territory, of course. So putting a halt to that German pushback.
The outside pack ref said indicated a no pass, no penalty, but the jam ref saw something differently. She did have the closest position on the track to call that. Noblet now through for 5 points, a grand slam. Ireland looking to stretch that lead back up to 40 points. That's been the biggest lead so far this game. Noblet through, making quick work of that pack as the German blockers were separated here in the front stretch. Scraplin back on the track. Scraps his way through that pack for his initial pass.
And if you recall, Scraplin was our lead jammer, so this jam will run for the full 2.
So both teams now scoring.
Scraplin really tight on the outside line. Number 904, Ravenbuster managing to take him off. Ravenbuster proving incredibly effective on the blocking right now. As you mentioned before, being a jammer, you're able to almost predict where somebody else might go and pick those spots.
And Charlie Scraplin very quickly back around to score again, and again absorbing some big hits and shrugging them off to get through. The multiplayer block is going to send a German blocker to the pack. It's Pantera in the box. But we almost had a full 2-minute jam there without a penalty.
So close.
So close. Looks like another official review is going to be called, this time by the German bench. So they're going to see if they can be successful with an official review. And while they plead their case to Davey Darko and the ref crew, we would like to thank another one of our sponsors this weekend. A big thanks to Brown Paper Tickets. They've been supporting roller derby, believe it or not, for over a decade. They love the sport, and of course they are working to help gear up the Women's League in Lebanon. You can make a difference for roller derby Beirut by visiting their donation page at Got Game Need Gear at brownpapertickets.com. It's certainly a worthy cause as this sport continues to grow to the far reaches of the globe.
Most definitely. More derby, as far as I'm concerned, is a brilliant thing. Bob Noxious talked a little bit about that in our last call. He's obviously involved with Brown Paper Tickets, and it sounds like it's a brilliant thing. But right now, we're going to hand over to our head referee, Davey Darko.
This is Black's official review. They are asking for the cutting call on Black Jammer 1-0 to be removed.
Okay, so we'll throw that back to them in just a moment when they've had a chance to discuss.
I did mention, of course, 2 outside pack refs had called a no pack, no penalty on that.
Indeed.
And it was overruled by Ninja, the jam ref there. So we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, while we have a potentially brief moment, Davey Darko, of course, will speak to the bench crews and captains first. Team Germany wants to thank all the helpers on their way to Calgary, all the officials and Roller Derby Kiel, Roller Derby Enfant, Roller Girls Stuttgart and Munich Rolling Rebels. They're incredibly thankful for all the help they've received on their way here.
All right, so it takes a country to build these teams.
Absolutely.
Send them here to the Roller Derby World Cup. Of course, the first one 2 years ago in Birmingham, England. A successful foundation laid for this tournament here in Calgary at the Acadia Recreation Complex. And the decision has been rendered, so Davey Darko now will let us know what they've decided.
The no pass, no penalty signal that was made was for the initiator of the block. However, there was a different green blocker who had superior position that the Black Jammer did, in fact, cut in front of. The cut penalty stands. Black does not retain their official review.
All right, great explanation there from Davey Darko.
Yeah, I know it's not always a common thing for referees to talk on the mic. Sometimes it's handed to announcers, but all of our referees that have dealt with the official reviews have been absolutely brilliant on the mic this weekend.
Yes, plus Davey Darko just has that great husky voice.
Oh yes, a lot of bass there.
Ab Norman now jamming for Ireland, and he is up against Baltic Bastard for Germany. Ab Norman up at the front of the pack, pops through at turn 2, lead jammer status for Ireland. But a burst of speed gets Baltic Bastard through on the outside. And so he's got about a half a track to make up. As Ab Norman hits the pack, puts up some points on the board, calls it off.
3 points being issued to Ab Norman on that pass. You saw him as he approached the pack swing those hips round, trying to make sure that he passed as many hips as possible. I was going to say, in our last couple of jams, Ireland have broken the century. Scores currently sitting 105 to 79 with just under 5 minutes remaining of this first half.
26 points, though. Game still very well in reach for Team Germany. Baltic Bastard and Lieutenant Dam on the Nerd Roller Skates start line.
Germany using a nice two-wall numbers 11 and 12. Marcus Gunter and Michael Broido managing to take Dam off on that inside and set him back past the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line. However, Dam recovers with style and finesse to make his way through to pick up lead.
So another lead jammer status picked up for Lieutenant Dam. He's leading the way offensively yet again for his team and makes a nice little move to the outside, calling it off. Well executed play there by the German offense. Those two blockers working very well with their jammer on the track.
Take another look at that pass. German defense solidifying their wall, but something there caused them to separate, and just that little bit of looseness gave the space for Dam to get through.
Another nice jam there for the Germans. 3.5 minutes to go here in the opening half.
Blood Red Kelly and Noblet, your jammers on this one.
Blood Red Kelly moves up to the inside, pops out. Manages to lose one Irish blocker, but he does stay in bounds on his toe stops, and that will allow him to pick up lead jammer status for Germany.
Meanwhile, Noblet taking some big hits there. Rudy Cartel with a massive shoulder check, taking him off on the outside, setting him back.
And yet again, another opportunity here for the Germans to narrow this gap. They've done so already. A grand slam for Blood Red Kelly. 25 points now.
And it looks like we've had ourselves a star pass. Number 50, Jamie Gray, now your jammer for Ireland. Big hit. Some jammer on jammer action from Blood Red Kelly.
Nice stop from Jamie Gray, though, to stay in bounds. And that did force the call off, so limiting the damage to 10 points for Germany, now within 20. Ab Norman coming up to the jam line, sitting right now on an 80% lead percentage. And he's up against David Noak for Germany. Impressive performance here for Ab Norman. Doesn't have a lot of power. It's a smaller jammer, but great skating skills, good finesse, and smart play, as we saw right there, knocking out David Noak.
Seen a lot of that this weekend, the jammer takeoffs and attempts to recycle. Some jammers have gone for it, some haven't. Noak isn't playing that game at all.
I do, though, think in this situation that Ab Norman is just trying to kill some time on the penalty clock, as he only has 2 jammers on the box. Nice move by Germany, though, the German pack to race things and to stop that time-killing attempt. But it did work, though, and McGrath and Goivert's both out of the penalty box and now back on the track, and suddenly Ab Norman has all 4 blockers out there for his initial pass.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying Ab Norman, he's a smaller blocker, not a whole heap of power, but there's the tactical knowledge up there. As it turns out, it didn't pay off this time. Noak managing to make that initial pass first, picking up lead. Meanwhile, Ab Norman being taken off on turn 2, set back round, and Noak through the pack unseen for a natural Grand Slam pass.
So another nice run here being put together by Germany in the waning stages of the opening half, and they are going to narrow this gap going into the break, and that will boost their confidence significantly moving into the second half. We're going to get at least one more jam in here. And Germany waiting for that final total. There it is, 109 to 96. Suddenly we have ourselves a 13-point game here in the 13th place game at the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Ireland going with Lieutenant Dam, trying to stem this German momentum. And it's going to be Mahatma Bronson on the line when things get underway, but we've got an official timeout called. It looks like a bit of a point scoring adjustment will be made. Now get back underway. 2 in the box for Germany. It's a 4-2 pack advantage for Ireland. Bronson will be in tough to get through all of these blocks. You see Lieutenant Dam is going to wait until the Irish defense sets before he moves forward. He does have some offensive help from McGrath up front, and it's an easy pass for Lieutenant Dam. Lead jammer, Ireland.
Yeah, McGrath going for that sweep. Not a massive hit, just almost sort of leaning on that German blocker, just kind of taking his power away from him to make space.
It looks like Keegan heading to the penalty box for Ireland. So they will now be down in the pack. Lieutenant Dam, though, coming around, absorbs a hit, calls it off, picks up all 4 points, and we're waiting to see if Bronson was able to pick up any on that call. There's a lot of discussion from the refs. This will be our final jam here of the half, and 1 point put on the board there for Bronson.
2 points.
Oh, 2 points. Yes, there was one in the box, so ghost point awarded as well. So that's going to bring us into half with a fairly close score. At times, it looked like Ireland was going to start to run away from this game.
Indeed.
But great patience and composure from the Germans allowed them to get back into it late in that half. Impressive performances we're seeing so far here.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys could hear it through our mics, but just during that last jam, there was some very enthusiastic growling coming from the German bench. So even though they're not in the lead right now, they're obviously still enjoying this, and they know that this is still within their grasp.
Yeah, absolutely. 16 points is the difference. They'd flirted with 40, 50 points leads all half, so the Germans have to be happy with the way they finish things. And let's see which teams can make the best adjustments here at halftime. And that will lead us into break here. We'll have a bit of a break. We'll be back with about 2 minutes to go before the second half. For Snoogans and for Piggy Fatness, I'm the Derby Nerd. Thank you for continuing to watch the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates.
Official skate shop, Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016.
For people who roll.
I am your fortress on the front line of sport. Engineered to be stronger than the attack. I defy convention by protecting more with less. Helping you breathe easier, hydrate faster, speak more clearly. I am Sisu, and I fend for you.
We really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. Hang out for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby. This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore.
My uniform is always in pristine condition. My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a you know? Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle.
And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
Hip, whip, don't trip, clap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, stars on the head. Roller derby lock, what the zebra said. Now we rollin', yeah we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling up the jam till the next jam starts.
Okay, I love to play roller derby because
I play roller derby because I play roller derby because I play roller derby because
I play roller derby because
I play roller derby because
I play roller derby because
Ich spiele Derby hier, weil ich die Action auf dem Spielfeld mag.
I'm competitive, I like energy, I like power and I like the speed.
Omdat ik ervan hou lijp te doen op rolschaatsen. Het is een vet bizarre sport.
que j'aime me donner à fond sur le track et ça me rend heureuse.
perché non posso farne a meno.
Love at first sight.
I love developing my skills and I love developing new strategies. It's taken me to many new places that I would not have normally gone.
Alltså fordi jag stå som en rollerskater.
Soy muy competitiva.
It is the most unique opportunity to go past your boundaries and try anything and everything that you thought you couldn't do and prove to yourself that you can.
Voljela bi da mogu igrati roller derby i u Hrvatskoj.
When you love to roll and you need the best gear you can get, come to our brick and mortar shop in Amsterdam. Or visit the website at www.thederbyshop.nl. We have it all. The Derby Shop. Because roller derby saved your soul, but wrecks all your gear.
At Roller Derby Athletics, we take the guesswork out of off-skate training so you can focus on being fierce. We help you transform your game without a lot of time or equipment. With 5 training programs plus all-star memberships, there's an option to suit every athlete. And we train skaters worldwide with high-quality video instruction and online support. At Roller Derby Athletics, we empower you to be safe, strong, and unstoppable. Want to see for yourself? Sign up today for our free Basics Builder program.
Hi folks, Scald Eagle here. Have you had a chance to take a look at the new Bonk Quadstar skate? The boots are ultra lightweight with no break-in period and are great for skaters with skinnier ankles. They also have a 100% Australian full-grain leather outer and a completely heat-moldable hand-laid fiberglass base. Get that premium performance without the premium price tag. Boom. Come over to the Bonk booth right now and check out this rad new skate.
Check it.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Nerd Roller Skates track here at the Acadia Recreation Complex in Calgary, Alberta, Canada in the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup. I'm the Derby Nerd with Snoogans and Piggy Fatness, our producer extraordinaire for this one. And what a fascinating half of roller derby we just experienced here in the 13th place game between Ireland and Germany.
Absolutely incredible. As we've seen from both teams across the whole weekend, some really amazing stuff, some really standout blockers and jammers. And this is their last game. They're still giving it 110%. Although this is a lower placement, both teams still want to take the higher of the two placements. There's still everything to play for as far as this game is concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone wants to leave the tournament on a high note with a victory. A little bit of the stats there in the first half. We saw some momentum shifts going back and forth. At one point, Germany went 5 consecutive jams without scoring, and it looked like Ireland was going to run away with it. They built the lead up to 36 points before a nice German pushback near the end that narrowed it to the 16-point gap that we have now. In terms of penalties, it was a very messy opening. The first 5 minutes were just a constant parade to the penalty box. When it was all said and done, penalties fell 29 for Ireland and 19 for Germany. So well spread out, though, I should say. McLaughlin and McCarthy on the Irish side are sitting on 4 penalties each. No one else has any more than that. And on Germany, East Sider has 3, but those other 16 penalties were very, very evenly distributed over the bench. So no one in any sort of danger right now of fouling out yet. Lieutenant Dam, of course, the linchpin to the Irish offense, had picked up 3 early penalties, but then played very clean the rest of the way through. So he is sitting safely just on 3 now here with 30 minutes of roller derby left to go. Looking for the 13th place finisher here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup. And Lieutenant Dam is on the Nerd Roller Skate start line to start things off, and he is up against a Baltic Bastard for Germany in the black. Second half now underway. And Baltic Bastard has that front line, and they're continuing right where they left off in the first half. Lead jammer status to Ireland.
Ireland already starting with a depleted pack, 1 blocker in the box, pretty much off the line. McGrath picking up a forearmed penalty, going to take a sit down as well, so just 2 blockers to defend, and they're busy in the middle trying to, I was going to say busy in the middle trying to get out their jammer, but Baltic has picked up a back block penalty, meaning Lieutenant Dam is now in a roller derby athletic sponsored power jam, which will run, and this jam will run for the full 2 minutes with Baltic being our lead jammer.
That's right, so Lieutenant Dam now has gotten through, completed his initial pass, eligible to score. Germany a little bit separated there in the defense. Now finally all 4 of them getting together just on the cusp of the backstretch. Lieutenant Dam hits that 3-wall knock to the inside. German blocker, Crosser College, forced to reset though. And that allowed Dam just enough room to get through for the Grand Slam.
Yeah, Dam running along that inside line again. Something we've seen quite a lot from him this weekend. And, you know, why not? It works.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can dance along that line, use it. Often it's the only space you will find on these tracks. Power jam has now ended. Baltic Bastard swung from inside to out, separated the Irish pack, and was able to get through. Initial pass now complete. Lieutenant Dam still working on his scoring pass. Oh, no, sorry, he has passed the star to Jamie Gray. So number 50 for Ireland. Jamie Gray now your jammer. This, of course, as you mentioned, a 2-minute jam. 20 seconds to go.
Still plentiful jamming opportunities. Forearms penalty being dealt to Lieutenant Dam, so that will be his 4th penalty after having succeeding in that clean latter half of the first.
Baltic Bastards on the outside of turn 1, able to get through. 4 points, excuse me, on that scoring pass, as Jamie Gray was also on a scoring pass, and he managed to pick up 3. So when all said and done, 10-8 in favor of Ireland.
That jam seeing Germany break that 100 mark. Scores sitting 105 to 123 in favor of Ireland. Still incredibly close.
Absolutely. We've seen some close games already here on Championship Sunday, and I expect that to continue all throughout the day. Belgium and Sweden coming up next here, or on track 2, and on track 1 we're going to have Scotland, Mexico. And right off the start, we've got a multiplayer block penalty being issued to German blocker, the German pivot there, number 69, heading to the penalty box.
We've got number 4, Blood Red Kelly, really had 1 blocker up front, holding him back, and he just drove him out of play, picked up that lead jammer.
That was East Sider's 4th penalty, the leading penalty getter for Germany.
Kelly making his scoring pass, picking up the points and calling off the jam before Noblet was able to reach the pack. So that's 4 unanswered points for Germany, closing that gap. They all hit it and quit it, nickel and dime, whatever you want to call it. It looks like this is how Germany are going to attempt to progress if they can't pull those power jams.
14 points now is the difference. 3.5 minutes here into the second half. Ab Norman on the Nerd Roller Skates start line, squaring off against, looks like number 3, Bronson. Yes, it is. Bronson for Germany. All 4 German blockers up at the front at turn number 1. Oh, excuse me, just 3 of them. That was one Irish offense blocker in there who opened up that lane. He positioned himself nicely right in the middle of that trio of blockers.
And number 045, Ab Norman, has made his way out, has picked up lead. And I do believe, yep, that's number 9, McCarthy, with a nice takeoff of the German jammer, setting him back round to the start of turn 2.
And a nice swing and a miss there, as Bronson able to get through on his initial pass. Ab Norman stops up, takes a look, sees where that opposing jammer is, calls it off, and he had collected 3 points. Ireland just trying to stay 1 step ahead of Germany here. 25 minutes away. David Noak on the start line for Germany up against Ravenbuster. Here we're going to see Ravenbuster busting out the star.
There we go.
First time in this game. Perhaps saving him for some fresh jammer legs here in the second half. He's been quite successful all weekend with the star. Let's see if that continues here against a 4-wall of German defenders.
That is an incredibly strong wall on display from Germany, though. And he proving Ravenbuster unsuccessful. Noak, number 23, pulling out of the pack, picking up lead. As Ravenbuster taken off turn 1, reset back. Going to play a little bit of defense now as well.
Oh, and a nice play, too, taking that momentum on the hit to Noak to push through on the outside. Unfortunately, he was exited. Charlie Scraplin now with the pivot stripe, helping that. And with the drag back, it was Cartel. Out of play block issued, being issued to the German blocker.
Ravenbuster just now making his initial pass. Just about 40 seconds that the German defense was able to hold him. So that's going to be 10 unanswered points for Germany on that jam.
Every time Ireland starts to creep away, Germany comes storming right back. And now within 12 points. They're going to send out Baltic Bastard on the line against Lieutenant Dam. And Lieutenant Dam just rolling into your screen now. Both setting up at that Nerd Roller Skates start line. 1 German blocker in the penalty box, so 4-3 pack advantage for Ireland. David Noak skipping through the inside, gets through despite that pack disadvantage. Lead jammer status for Germany, 2nd in a row.
Dam has made his initial, and he's laying on those crossovers, trying to chase down Noak to minimize the damage. That pack is incredibly fast. These jammers really having to work.
And great decision by Ireland to speed that pack up. Baltic Bastard was only able to put 1 point on the board as Lieutenant Dam was catching up very quickly. Nonetheless, they do narrow that gap a tiny little bit now. 11 points is the difference.
Just making a shout out to one of our sponsors, Bruce Skate Noose, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder. You spend a lot of money on your skates. Don't shove them in a sweaty bag of kit. They hate that. Keep your skates aired and show them off with Bruce Skate Noose. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or online, bruisedsn.com.
Noblet jamming for Ireland. Up on 1 skate at turn 1, stays in bounds, pick up lead jammer status. So now Ireland with an opportunity here to rebuild a little bit of that lead that had been chipped away. And way out of play for Cartel, who's heading to the penalty box. And that does free Blood Red Kelly on his initial pass, now creeping up very quickly onto the pack, and that'll force a call off. No points on the board, so nice work from the German defense, buying their jammer enough time to get around, force that call off. No points on that jam. 11 points remains the gap.
Our blockers are opting for a jammer line start, really crowding those jammers. 045 Ab Norman, I do believe that is number 3, Mahatma Bronson jamming for Germany.
Two blockers on the track for Ireland. You can see them there lined up on the inside. Now shifting to the outside as they try and follow Blood Red Kelly. Blood Red Kelly is engaging them. All four German blockers on Ab Norman. Ab Norman just kind of swinging back and forth, looking for any bit of a gap. He found one, popped through, but just a few steps behind the German jammer. So it's a race now to the pack.
Matt Bronson, I don't think he'd realized that until he was around about turn 3, just how close Ab Norman was behind him. Bronson calling that jam as quick as he was able, picking up 3 points for Germany, but Ab Norman managing to bag 2 points for Ireland in the dying seconds as well.
Yeah, I think he was able to get 1, and there's 1 in the box, so 2 points there. Gap now 10 points. 1 point at a time. Germany coming back into this game.
Centimeter by centimeter, they're coming for you, Ireland.
Lieutenant Dam now is going to try and restore some of this lead. He's up against David Noak. David Noak moves to the outside. Lieutenant Dam just powers his way right through the German blocking and takes lead jammer status.
Nearly a photo finish there. Jammers going inside and outside respectively. Dam successful. Noak probably about 15 feet behind, if that. And again, now Germany speeding up that pack.
Oh, and Germany a little too focused on the offense. Didn't see Lieutenant Dam sneak in there for 4 points. Nice jam by Ireland. You know, Ireland had a distinct advantage in the first half, 14-6, where the lead jammer status is for Ireland. So far this half, though, it's 5-2 for Germany. So that accounts for that bit of a comeback. Now 5-3, excuse me, of course, with that Lieutenant Dam lead right there. So Germany now down by 14. Noblet on the line for Ireland, up against Baltic Bastard, number 308 in the black for Germany.
Both of these jammers having a pretty impressive game thus far. Noblet with that control we've seen so much in this tournament, maintaining his footing inbounds to make his way out and pick up lead jammer once again for Ireland.
And that's 2 in a row now. Ireland trying to get control of this game back. Noblet with an opportunity here. Initial pass is complete for Bastard, so Noblet's going to have to work quickly. Does. Gets through the pack for 4 points.
Little hand there from McGrath as he made his way through. Just a quick push to make sure he was fully cleared from that German defense.
With a little help from your friends sometimes to
Absolutely.
get through that pack. Ab Norman now skating out with the star for Ireland, number 45, and he is up against Blood Red Kelly, number 4 in the black. I believe the penalty box is empty.
Whoa.
5-on-5 roller derby.
But for how long now that we've mentioned it?
Yes, but for how long? Blood Red Kelly now attacking on the outside. Ab Norman working on the inside. Now they shift positions at Blood Red Kelly. Found the better lane. Lead jammer status for Germany.
Looked like he was potentially going to go for the stash. We could see his hands on the helmet cover. Probably a good job that he didn't, as he did make his way out first.
Maybe a little bit of a distraction technique for the Irish blockers as well. And there is our first penalty of the jam. So now it's going to be a pack advantage for Germany as Gately heads to the penalty box. Ireland pivotless for 30 seconds. And that'll carry over into the next jam. 4-0 was the jam for Germany. We've crept over the 10-minute mark here of the second period. 18-14 to go.
127 points, Germany, 1-4-1, Ireland, just managing to maintain that little buffer, keep things a little bit comfortable.
Yeah.
But not like sink into your sofa on a Sunday night comfortable.
No, more like kind of the edge of your seat, wanting to sink back comfortable, but can't quite do it yet. Another lead jammer status, though, picked up for Ireland.
That is Lieutenant Dam donning the star. Back block being assessed to number 69, Eastsider.
Lieutenant Dam skipping through for the lead jammer status. Sauce Gately standing in the box, waiting for him to come out, and then just calls it off. He might have waited a little bit too long. He did. 2 points on the board, stolen at the end for Germany, but just a great heads up skating from Lieutenant Dam, seeing Gately standing, wanting to stretch that jam out so that Ireland could have a full group of blockers on the track for this next track. Did succeed in that, but did give up that 2 points. And stolen points could become a factor here if this game remains this close in the waning moments here of the game.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these games, as we've moved to the placements, as you said, getting closer and closer and really becoming quite a narrow run thing. So we'll see as we progress if those points are going to be a factor. But right now, Noblet picks up another lead jam for Ireland.
He made a nice little just shift to the outside, squared up his body to the block, he was able to get past it.
David Noak for Germany, not picking up lead for Germany. First time in just a little while when he's been donning the star that he hasn't picked up that lead.
Rosser College heading to the penalty box on a track cut, so Ireland will have a slight pack advantage here on this jam. Baltic Bastard will be the jammer. And Jamie Gray getting an opportunity with the star. He's been the recipient of a star passes this game, but I don't believe he started on the Nerd Roller Skates jam line with the star yet.
Not that I recall. He did do some nice work when he took that star pass, so it's I think it's possibly a combination of his bench wanting to mix things up a little and seeing how he starts out with that.
Yep, Ireland has done that a few times. We've seen Raven Buster also come in just to mix up the offense and see if they can catch the German defense unaware. Right now, both defenses, though, working very nicely. A track cut penalty will send Heron to the penalty box, though. That opens up a little bit of space. Jamie Gray, though, exited and dragged back, led by Big Red. Big Red easy to distinguish as he has that red helmet, just in case you were wondering which one it was in the track.
Some of the UK fans watching at home may think the Big Red looks
a
little bit familiar. We've affectionately dubbed him German Reaper.
Oh, German Reaper, yes.
The likeness is uncanny.
It is uncanny. Yes. Good observation there. Sorry, I should point out Big Red is actually wearing the pivot stripe right now on the screen.
Germany picking up 1 point in that jam to Ireland's nothing.
That German pack was working so well and so tight together that I was starting to mix up skaters. Those tall, striking German blockers. Working very well in that
description. Tall, striking German blockers. Strong. There's been a lot of tall blockers here this weekend.
Yes.
I felt quite dwarfed most of the weekend.
I as well felt that way. We've passed the midway point here in the second half. A nice move. Quick lead jammer status picked up for Ab Norman.
Blood Red Kelly, one blocker left to pass. A little body-to-body action sees him through that pack on his initial.
And a quick, easy pass for Ab Norman. Points have not been easy to come by here this half so far. So Ireland very happy with what they did there. Let's take a look at that start now. Ab Norman had a bit of a runoff and yeah, just saw that hole on the inside and took it.
Number 1000 McLaughlin doing that clear on the inside line.
So nice start there for Ireland. Lieutenant Dam now on the line up against Bronson. It's 3-3 in the pack, and Germany does have that back position. Let's see if they can lock up Lieutenant Dam. It's been easier said than done this weekend so far. And they could not do it, but Charlie Scraplin with a nice adjustment to stay ahead of Dam, but couldn't quite hold him back. Haven't seen Scraplin with a star much yet in this half.
No, he's been taking the pivot stripe quite a lot with the option there for that pass, but yet to see the star on him in this half.
He has been, though, providing some effective blocking. Couldn't quite knock Lieutenant Dam out of bounds on that one, despite the great effort. So Dam with a few more points, and very quickly here, Ireland has extended their lead now to 27 points.
Just over 13 minutes remaining. Looks like Ireland have got one blocker in the penalty box, and it is their pivot. So they're going to start this jam pivotless. Pack advantage to Germany. Noblet and Noak on the jam line.
So Germany's only managed to pick up 3 points over the past 5 jams. And the biggest lead of the half so far for Ireland has now been built. Oh, and it's going to be a penalty to Noblet, cutting the track penalty. So a roller derby athletics power jam opportunity for Germany with David Noak wearing the star through on his initial pass and designated as lead jammer.
Meanwhile, Roach picking up, I believe that was a direction of gameplay penalty. He had to let him go, so Noak did manage to secure that lead jammer. Roller derby athletics sponsored power jam. 2 Irish blockers at the front, really sort of swarming and rushing Noak, trying to disorientate him. doesn't slow him down enough. It is a grand slam pass for Noak.
And 2 German blockers, though, heading to the penalty box. So that is quite a disadvantage now here on the power jam. Noak forced to work alone. The lone remaining blockers resetting now for Noblet as Noblet comes back onto the track and just powers through the block. Aggressive skating here from the Irish jammer. Completes his initial pass. Noak hits the pack, calls it off, did pick up that final 5, so it'll be a 10-0 jam here for Germany.
Let's take another look at that. I think it's going to be that hit.
Yep.
Yes, indeed it is. Wow.
That's the danger when you turn to face a jammer who has a whole track full of momentum behind his skates. Very brave by the German blocker.
Brave is the word we'll run with for now.
Yes, that's exactly. Perhaps a little generous.
Yeah. That jam, 10 points on the board for Germany, closing the gap again to a 17-point differential, just under 11 minutes remaining, but that is
Ravenbuster
picking up lead for Ireland.
Second time with the star of this game. We've got a multiplayer block sending another German blocker to the penalty box. East Sider, that I believe is his 5th penalty of this game, so we'll have to watch his totals in the last 10 minutes here. Ravenbuster with a hustle on the back stretch, picking up all 4 points. His first points of the game. It's very limited action, though.
Yeah, it's as we've already said, he's been predominantly blocked so far this game. But yeah, that successful jam right there for him. And seeing the start now on Charlie Scraplin for Germany for this next jam. And looks like we're going to go to a team timeout for Germany. So this now, a word from our sponsors. And we are back.
Big thank you to S1 Helmets. And that gives us an opportunity now to thank more of our sponsors. I want to thank rollerskating.ca. Rollerskating.ca is Canada's roller skate store, a trusted provider to derby teams all across Canada for over 11 years with the best customer service. They sell and service all the top derby brands, safety gear, and tons of recreational skates too. They, believe it or not, have over 30 years of expert quad skating know-how at your service. You can actually call them at 1-855-ROLL-SKATE or visit them at rollerskating.ca. And yeah, the big, also where I'm from, the province, or live in the province of Ontario, and rollerskating.ca has a big presence in the derby community there. And as they say, they've actually been in the roller skating business for 30 years, so they were well ahead of the curve.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely sounds like the people you want to be approaching if you're asking for advice or looking for kit.
Absolutely.
Back on track now, first time donning the start in this half. Charlie Scraplin straight out of the pack, picking up lead jam up for Germany.
It's Ab Norman who's held up. It is through in his initial pass, though. Scraplin already through, and a nice move through the pack. Right through the blocks. Picks up a few points.
Looks like the full 4.
Yes, so we've gone under 10 points now to go. I would expect we might start seeing a little bit more of Charlie Scraplin as in the final moments here of this game. He's been very effective so far. Lead jammer status now is equal here in the second half, and 9-9, and I guess that accounts for the fact that we haven't really moved much in terms of the score since halftime.
Yeah.
So great equal play here from these two teams here in the second half.
Up now, Mahatma Bronson and Lieutenant Dam, both of them having been taken off and reset a couple of times each, I do believe.
This jam started pivotless. They're both now back on the track, and both jammers getting through at virtually the same time. Lieutenant Dam just had a step though on Bronson, so he is lead jammer.
Bronson matching Dam stride for stride as the pack speeds up.
Dam hits it, sees that 1 point, and he will get the extra one, of course. But he did get 1 point on the track, and oh, it looks like College. No, there is College still in the penalty box, so. Oh, Ninja is insisting. It's just 1 point on that one.
Looks like Bronson picking up one as well. So we're going to shift into this next jam with everybody crowding around the Nerd Skate Shop jammer line.
And Noblet moves inside out. Nice job, though, because it did separate those German blockers, and he now is your lead jammer. And it looks like a penalty being issued, a cutting the track penalty to the German jammer. So roller derby athletics power jam opportunity for Ireland. Oh, big hit being delivered by Baltic Bastard. The pivot for Germany slows things up here.
We've got that rolling three at the front of German defense. Really, they're succeeding in pulling the Irish, along with them creating a pack pace. Noblet, however, going for a little apex jump, making his way through to pick up that 5-point Grand Slam pass.
Jammer is standing in the penalty box, so under 10 seconds to go here in the power jam. Baltic Bastard with a nice drag back, forcing Noblet to reset. Blood Red Kelly coming out of the penalty box, though, and it looks like a low block penalty going to Noblet will shift the roller derby athletics power jam to Germany, and they've got a minute to work with here, so this will be a full 2-minute jam.
Blood Red Kelly, 2 blockers to contend with, over one of them being the literal man mountain of McLaughlin. Leading him inside and out, managing to take him off, but picking up a forearms penalty for his troubles. So McLaughlin's going to go and take a sit down as Blood Red Kelly makes his initial pass up for some scoring.
Good opportunity here for Germany as time is running out on the clock. They did kill enough time, though. The penalty is over, so Noblet's back on the track and makes quick work of the German defense to get through and pick up 4 points that he was scoring when he went into the box.
Beautiful offense from the German blockers, basically containing the Irish defense along the inside, making a gap for Blood Red Kelly to go along the outside to pick up some points on that board there.
And this jam comes to its conclusion with 6 minutes to go. 25 points is the gap. Ireland has managed to stay ahead of Germany throughout this game. They've been able to survive pushbacks, power jams, and really have just been able to maintain this lead consistently throughout. It's narrowed, it's gotten a little bit bigger at times, but Ireland has been controlling the pace of the game.
Noak and Ravenbuster now assessing the pack, seeing where they're most likely to have success to try and attain that lead jammer status. It is Noak, he makes his way out first, picks up lead, but Ravenbuster is hot on his tail, has overtaken a little bit of jammer-on-jammer interaction. And Noak taking the note from his bench to just call the jam.
So no points on the board. Over the last 5 jams now, it's been 18-10 advantage for Ireland. And again, just those slight advantages have allowed them to stay ahead. 5 minutes to go. This is the 13th place game, the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup. Again, Ireland finished 10th last time, Germany 11th, so they won't be able to better that. But remember, there were fewer teams as well in the last Men's Roller Derby World Cup too. Charlie Scraplin once again, number 10 for Germany with the star.
Abnorman with the start for Ireland, but it is Scraplin that comes out, picks up lead. Abnorman 1 blocker to pass, and he does to make his initial.
Scraplin quickly around, gets low to avoid the hit, picks up 4 points, and keeps going.
Abnorman looking pensive at the back of the pack there, potentially waiting for that call off rather.
And Abnorman did a nice job of avoiding the hit, and Charlie Scraplin falling to the track knocks him down. A low block, though, assessed to the Irish pivot.
Abnorman managing to make his way out to pick up 4 on what is now a Roller Derby Athletics sponsored power jam. Charlie Scraplin incurring a back block penalty. So the success that Germany had been enjoying during that jam now switched off.
And with under 4 minutes to go, that could have been the end of a potential German comeback in this game, as 33 points is the gap, and it's just going to widen as Abnorman has finished 1 scoring pass for 5. And we'll have an opportunity here for a few more. There's still 30 seconds to go in this jam. Scraplin, though, is standing. Nonetheless, Ireland happy to allow the clock to run down and for these 2-minute jams now to go as the clock is on their side.
Indeed. Multiplayer block being issued to one of our Irish blockers, so they're going to have a seat, and it's going to be a pack in favor of Germany. They're now back up to all 4 of their blockers. Scraplin back on track, goes for the apex jump, doesn't land it, and incurs himself a low block penalty. So this jam now coming to its natural conclusion means the next jam is going to start. It's going to be a power start for Ireland with just 2 minutes 45 remaining on the clock.
And, you know, you can understand why Charlie Scraplin's willing to take some risks at this late stage of the game. It's going to be really tough for them to come back now. An official timeout being called. Official review, sorry.
Being called. Looks like Ireland using their official review for this half. And we just want to throw some love down to the Derby shop, because roller derby saved your soul but wrecks all your gear. The Derby shop is an online as well as a brick and mortar shop in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, or online at thederbyshop.nl, and is known for the best advice and technical support when it comes to all your roller derby gear. And if you ever visit, bring cookies.
Yes, they like cookies. They will accept cookies. Maybe not as payment, but
probably not as payment.
As bribery, maybe.
Indeed. If you
Better customer service.
Yeah. If you come to visit us in Ounces, we also accept cookies.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely accept cookies. You can see Davy Darko now having a conversation with Captain Lieutenant Dam and the bench coach for Germany. Should give some love for our bench staff too, the German bench staff. Bella Karloffa and Ellie Minate or Minate. I'm not sure about my German pronunciation, is not perhaps up to par, but let's hear from Davy Darko as he will update us on the official review.
This is Green's official review. They are looking to upgrade the low block on the black jammer to an expulsion.
Ooh. So Charlie Scraplin with that apex jump incurred a low block penalty, and Ireland looking for an expulsion. I don't know if I saw it. I didn't have a great view of it from here, and on our screen we were kind of behind the action, but didn't see anything that seemed too egregious there.
No, I mean we've seen plenty of failed apexes, apex jumps over this weekend, and in the history of the sport, and from like you, not the best angle from where we are, but didn't see anything particularly horrendous. But I have absolute faith in our officials. They're looking specifically at these things. That's their job. So we will, of course, wait for them. And while we're throwing some love to our officials, on behalf of Cherry Fury, want to throw a quick shout to Shref. I believe he's watching at home. Hi, Shref. Hope you're enjoying the action. We're sorry that you're not here this time round.
And we did send some love to the German bench staff, so I'd like to acknowledge the Irish bench staff as well. Jessica Ramett from Belfast Roller Derby and Selena Weil from Manchester Roller Derby. And that's been a great thing about watching this Men's Roller Derby World Cup too, is the amount of skaters on women's teams who run the benches for these men's teams. It's happening almost in all of the 20 teams. I think we have skaters involved. So that's a great part of the sport, a great part of the growth of this community as well. Wow, the refs really conferring for a long time on this.
I mean, and rightly so. An expulsion is not something to be taken lightly.
Nope,
even with just the 2 minutes 36 seconds left on our clock, it's still a big decision to be made. And yeah, rightly so that they're taking the time.
And Charlie Scraplin is such a critical part of the German team too. I think he would really love to finish this tournament on the bench or on the track, whatever it may be, with his teammates, and not watching from the stands, as would be the case if he did get expelled.
And I can just a little bit of background on Charlie. I've known him for some time. He's actually dabbled with a little bit of announcing as well. To wonderful effect, and absolute stand-up guy, lovely person, still incredibly new to roller derby. He's been skating less than 2 years.
Oh wow!
Right? Yeah. We're seeing this, and we were talking yesterday about the last World Cup, and he was like, "When was that?" And I was like, "March 2014." He's like, I think I was skating them.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure. It's like I definitely wasn't there. So just he's one of those people who's a natural skater.
Yeah. Does he have a skating background? Do you know?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't know specifics, but he looks like he was born with wheels on his feet.
Absolutely, very comfortable on the skates, on the quads as well.
Yeah, and just to see that somebody so young to the sport is able to come in and make such an impact for their national team. If anybody out there is thinking about applying for a national team, do it.
Yep.
Even if you're not successful, the training and experience you can go through, even just through tryouts, can be incredibly valuable to your home league, and that's an experience that not many people are going to go for.
Yeah, and many national teams too have extended rosters. They can only bring 20 here to the tournament, but I know many national teams will build rosters up to as much as 30. And so even if you're not on this final 20, just that opportunity to skate with the national team, that play at that level, will help your future undoubtedly.
Yeah, I know that England had the extended roster, and you can see the skaters that didn't make, as well as the ones that did make the final 20, you can see them really making strides in their home leagues, and you can see that extra training has just taken them just that step up.
And men's roller derby World Cups only 2 years apart. And here's Davey Darko now with the decision.
The low block penalty on the black jammer will remain. However, it will not be upgraded to an expulsion-worthy event, and Green does not retain their official review.
So there you have it. Charlie Scraplin will be able to skate out the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup with his teammates on the German bench. We have 2.5 minutes to go here. 189 to 162. Ireland in control, looking to lock up 13th place here in the tournament.
Lieutenant Dam starting this jam on a roller derby athletic power jam. Obviously, Charlie Scraplin sat in the box from that low block on the previous jam.
And there it is. Lieutenant Dam is your lead jammer. We'll have a few seconds here to work with as Charlie Scraplin had picked up that penalty, as you mentioned, at the very end. So it will be full 30 seconds.
Number 82, Keegan, heading to the penalty box. So one less blocker for Ireland and one less blocker for Germany as well. I do believe that was a forearms penalty being issued to Gunter.
Charlie Scraplin now out of the penalty box, and he's going to follow Lieutenant Dam into the pack, just on the cusp of turn number 3. Both jammers now hit it. Of course, Charlie Scraplin completing his initial pass as he just did, and Lieutenant Dam on his second scoring pass. Started outside, came in, found a lane at turn number 4, picked up 5 points, and once again looking to the box and looking to kill off that remaining penalty. And also, of course, the clock is on Ireland's time too.
Indeed.
Aside too, so it doesn't hurt to kill some time.
Dam calling off that jam, trying to prevent Scraplin from putting anything on the board, but Scraplin with a real burst of speed just on the outside, managing to pick up 2 points, and it looks like Germany now calling an official review.
So both teams want to get their official reviews in before this game ends. Yeah, 10-2, not bad. Giving up 2 points at this stage of the game. I think the seconds that he killed on the clock is probably more valuable to Ireland right now than those 2 points are for Germany. We've got another shout out to give. It's from Noisy. We want to give a shout out from Noisy to the German feed audience. Thank you wherever you are in Germany or throughout the world for your support this weekend for your team. They've certainly felt it here in Calgary.
Yeah, this is the thing. Obviously, not everybody, not all the teams able to bring a whole lot of support with them. It's a fair distance for a lot of people to travel. But what we've seen is sort of clusters of various different fans of different teams really getting behind everyone else. Yesterday we saw Team Germany, I believe, making loads of noise. Team Belgium against Scotland. It's been such a wonderful atmosphere here this weekend.
Netherlands cheering for Puerto Rico this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the Canadians, too, in attendance seem to have found favorites as the weekend has gone on.
Yes.
And have become adopted fans of certain countries over the weekend, too. Davey Darko.
This is Black's official review. They are looking to remove the skating out of bounds penalty assessed against Black 1-1.
All right, pretty clear on that description. So we will await for the results. Another opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, including Mary Chaos. Be harder, better, faster, stronger with one-on-one coaching from Derbylife and Chaos Theory. New Derbylife Transformation Challenge starting on August 8th, so just around the corner. To find out more about that, you can visit chaostheoryblog.com for all of the details.
And that is, of course, Chaos with a K.
Yes, yes. Good points.
Many thanks as well to Alberta Sports Connection. The Men's Roller Derby World Cup would like to acknowledge the contribution of Alberta Sports Connection, which helped make this event possible.
And just wanted to talk about some of the house leagues of some of these teams here in Ireland. We've got a lot of skaters from Dublin, but we do have skaters from Birmingham, England as well, and even from Milton Keynes Roller Derby on the larger Ireland roster.
Yeah, number 42, Thomas Bliss. He's not strapped on skates this weekend, but he's actually he's been working with some software, live tracking stats, which has been invaluable during the team debriefs. And we've got folks at home who are following his live tracking of stats. So massive shout out to Tom. Coming all this way and doing so much behind the scenes and being able to give that information when everybody on track and the bench is focused on the game at hand.
Yeah, absolutely vital pieces of information there. Raven Buster actually skates in the United States for the Drive-By City Rollers in Los Angeles. Representatives also from Lincolnshire Roller Derby. And here is Davey Darko now with our explanation.
It was determined that there was no contact with Black 1-1 that sent him out of bounds. Thus, the skating out of bounds penalty will remain, and Black does not retain their official review.
Again, nice, clear description there from Davey Darko. And before we get back to it, though, just a few shout-outs to South German Men's Roller Derby Kiel, that make up the majority of the roster from the German team. And Roller Derby Hanover, one more there, shout-out there, too.
Back on with the action, 1 minute 20 remaining on our period clock. Fresh jam, Noblet jamming for Ireland, and that's number 4, Blood Red Kelly for Germany. But Noblet comes out, picks up lead as McGrath heads to the penalty box, followed by, that's number 308, Baltic Bastard.
So 3-3 in the pack. Oh, very briefly now the Irish pivot picking up a penalty as well. So that will put the pack advantage back into the favor of Germany. That's Roche in the penalty box. So Ireland pivotless.
A box full of pivots.
Box full of pivots. 4 points on the board so far for Blood Red Kelly. And there is a fast-moving pack as we are in the final moments here of this 13th place game. We are going to have time for one more jam, though. That one called off with 36 seconds on the board. So we'll get the final jam underway here with about 6 seconds left on the game clock.
And this jam we've just had here, seeing Ireland break the double century, 203 points. But right now, we're just going to a team timeout, and we will take a brief word from our sponsors.
Welcome back now to the Nerd Roller Skates track. You can see just to the left of your screen the German skaters all standing here for the final jam, just up at that 10-foot line. In support of the skaters on the track, it's going to be David Noak on the Nerd Roller Skates start line up against Abnorman for Ireland. And the Germans are singing in very, very high spirits, despite the fact that they are going to fall to Ireland. Now, Ireland following suit as well, and they have stood and they've managed to grab a flag from the crowd. So they've got a flag on the bench as well. Both teams standing here for the final jam of the 13th place game here at the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
And this jam is on. A little bit of jammer interaction straight off the line. Abnorman going for a shoulder check on Noak. Noak making his way to the front of the pack now, being taken off by Lieutenant Dan, blocking in this jam, and that is lead jammer status in this final jam to Abnorman for Team Ireland.
So that means Abnorman will be able to control the gameplay here. The clock is theirs, the score is theirs, and it's going to last as long as they want it. Star pass has been attempted, or it's just a stash right now. Looks like Abnorman's going to call it off, and there it is. Team Ireland finishing in 13th place here at the Men's Roller Derby World Cup with a strong, consistent performance all morning here on the Nerd Roller Skates track.
Absolutely, this has been an incredibly exciting game to view and to call, with so many of those close games, just the close jams, back and forth. Ireland managing to maintain that lead, just never more than 20, 25 points until we moved into these final jams where they've stretched it out.
Yep, they did have a briefly at a 36-point jam, but that was way back in the first half. It seemed to be the turning point in the game was that 5-point stretch about midway through the first half when Germany couldn't put any points on the board. That did allow that gap to open up, and then Ireland just held on, playing very consistently all the way throughout.
We can confirm this is your official final score. Germany 168 points, but there is Ireland with 207, taking the 13th place spot. Just before we head off, I'd like to do one more tiny shout out. A massive happy birthday to one of our referees back in the UK, Captain Kickard. We hope you're having a brilliant day and have enjoyed this World Cup action.
All right, so there you go. Coming up on the Nerd Roller Skates track, our placement games will continue at 1 p.m. Scotland will take on, I think, one of the great surprises of this tournament, Mexico. Their first ever Men's Roller Derby World Cup, and they're going to finish within the top 10 regardless of the outcome of that game. So that's coming up here on the Nerd track. Should be a very exciting one. Over on the Sisu track at 1:15 is going to be Belgium and Sweden. So thank you very much for tuning in. For Snoogans and our producer Piggy Fatness, I'm the Derby Nerd, and thank you for continuing to support the 2016 Men's Roller Derby World Cup.
Thank you.
We really miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear. A hangout for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
A lot of very impressive people in roller derby. This was definitely a proud moment for me, wearing the black, white, and red.
I care about this thing more than I care about any other article of clothing in my wardrobe.
This represents to me like 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears.
Glitter is fun and hardcore. I've learned that it's hardcore. My uniform is always in pristine condition.
My truck is purple, my shoes are purple, my underwear are purple.
It takes a lot of drive and a lot of passion to keep going in roller derby.
Sometimes when you play roller derby, you're just kind of like, why am I doing this? This is so weird.
I just can't imagine that I'd get more kicks like playing golf than I do hitting a you know? Feels good.
My name is Rachel Rotten.
My name is Midge Wilhelm.
I'm Fifi Nomenon.
I'm Jackie Daniels.
My name's Steph Maney.
Hi, I'm Scald Eagle.
And S1.
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 And S1 is part of my uniform.
Hip, whip, don't trip, flap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the tracks. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby logbook, the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling up the jam till the next jam starts.
Gotham Girls All-Stars. I've skated on roll-on products for the past maybe, I think, feels like 4 or 5 years, and I'm loving the plates that I'm on now. I have a good response with them. I feel like my agility has changed. The edging that I use has really benefited from the product. The thing that I like about the roll-line products is the bearings. I fell in love with them instantly. I put them on right before Brouhaha, rolled with them all 3 games, and I liked the response that I got. They were quick rolling, no weird break-in or awkwardness, and I couldn't be happier with them.
Hi, I'm Flo et al. I'm a blocker for Gotham Girls All-Stars. This is my first year on the All-Stars. I've been a member of Gotham Girls Roller Derby for 3 years. I really love the quality of the product. I feel like I've found my edges so much more with these new plates and with the wheels. I know that prior to the switch, I always had a huge sense of anxiety when going into a game on a new floor. And I would bring like a suitcase full of different wheels just in case. And I've now used these plates and wheels on 3 different surfaces and like didn't even have to think about switching, just got out on the floor and felt perfect skating in them. My stops were great, my edges were great, like everything just felt so comfortable. So I feel like they're really versatile. The wheels had very little break-in. With the plates, I love that they're low to the ground. I feel like I have a lot more control and precision with my edges.
Hey, my name is Misty Maven. I am a jammer for the Gotham Girls All-Stars, and I have been a part of roller derby for Gotham for 3 years now. So from last season and this season, I updated my plates to roll line plates, and they have been so responsive. It's been insane. Like the littlest movement, the plate responds with my foot. It's like I'm not even wearing skates. It's like I'm running on my sneakers. I have to buy new protective gear like every month just because I'm so hard on everything, but roll line, I don't have to worry about that. I've had my plates now since the beginning of the season, and they're still going like they're brand new.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates.
Official skate shop, Men's Roller Derby World Cup 2016.
For people who roll.
I am your fortress on the front line of sport. Engineered to be stronger than the attack. I defy convention by protecting more with less. Helping you breathe easier, hydrate faster, speak more clearly. I am Sisu, and I fend for you.
miss the feeling of spontaneously visiting a store and trying out the newest gear? Hang out for all roller skaters. Everyone has their own unique style. Because of our large assortment, we can now personalise roller skates while you wait, so you can try them out right away. Our mission is to fit you with the right gear, and don't forget to turn left.
Hip, whip, don't trip, slap the pack. If you block the flock, then I can jam the track. Quads on the floor, styles on the head. Roller derby log, what the zebra said. Yeah, we rollin', yeah, we rapping for real. Can't feel the back wheels underneath my heels. Up through my spine, penetrating the heart. Calling up the jam till the next jam starts.
MyLowRoof.com